What's up, guys? Today we're talking about how after 6 months I have finally fixed my plantar fasciitis. If you don't already know what plantar fasciitis is, it is a heel pain that can range from a mild ache to such a bad pain that you can hardly walk. For me, it started out very mild and then progressively got worse to the point that it was genuinely hard to walk around my carpeted apartment. There were some days that I was actually limping to get around. I tried almost everything that people suggest online to try and fix it. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the things that actually helped me. I do just want to say that I am by no means an expert on plantar fasciitis, and this is not medical advice. I'm just someone who tried desperately to find a solution, and these are the things that worked for me. Another thing is that plantar fasciitis often ends up having different solutions for different people. A lot of things that didn't work for me were nearly instant cures for other people. So just be aware that there's probably going to be a lot of trial and error with the methods that actually help you. All right, so tip number 5, plantar fasciitis is commonly attributed to tight calf and hamstring muscles. When those muscles are tight, they pull on your plantar more, which causes pain. For my hamstring stretches, I would just try and touch my toes. I would do this for 30 seconds and then do it 3 times. For my calves, I would find a ledge to get close to and then put 1 foot forward, 1 backwards, and hold that stretch for 30 seconds and then do it for both legs 3 times. I would do all of these stretches several times throughout the day. Initially, when I started, I was terrible at being consistent, and you really need to be consistent when doing your stretches. Otherwise, I don't think you'll really get the full benefit. Also, I would highly suggest warming up properly before playing, because going in cold can cause more pain for your plantar. Things like dynamic stretches and not static stretches will be a great help before you play. Tip number 4, immediately find insoles for all of your shoes. While insoles did not fix the issue for me, it made walking much more bearable when I had to be out and about. Here are the insoles that I tried. Zealous for my court shoes, Superfeet, Dr. Scholl's, and Power Step Pinnacle. Everyone recommended Superfeet Orange, but after a week, these felt horrible on my feet. Similarly, with Power Step Pinnacle, these were highly recommended, but I think the arch was too high and firm for my feet because this eventually caused plantar fasciitis in both of my feet instead of just my left one. The Dr. Scholl's that I'm using now are some generic pair, and I don't think they're that special, but they get the job done for walking around. So in the end, Zealous insoles are what I'm using in my court shoes and some generic Dr. Scholl's in my personal shoes. My recommendation is to do a lot of research on what type of arch you have so that you can get the appropriate insole. Just know that it may take buying and returning a few to find the correct pair. Tip number 3, no one wants to hear this one, but you need to give your feet a break. I was admittedly terrible at doing this. I think the longest break that I took in the 6 months that I had plantar fasciitis was like 1 week. The problem is that you need to rest a lot to really help. Even a week at a time really isn't enough to do much. So my recommendation, if you're going to keep playing, is try and limit how much and how long you play as to not aggravate it more. Try and give several days in between play as well. I know this is annoying, but really, if you want to fix this, you gotta give it a break. Tip number 2. Okay, if you have plantar fasciitis or are developing it, you need to buy UFO sandals right now. If I could go back in time and give myself one piece of advice, it would be to immediately buy these. They're slide-ons that have really amazing arch support, and this is what made walking around my apartment tolerable even when my pain was at its highest. As soon as I would get home from anything, I would immediately put these on and only use them to walk around my house. Basically, everyone who has plantar fasciitis universally agrees that these are an absolute must purchase. If my pain was a 9 when I got home, walking around in my UFOs would bring that pain to a 3 or a 4. Tip number 1, by far, and I mean it isn't even close to the thing that helped me the most, was getting a professional cross-friction massage on my plantar and then doing the Graston technique myself. As your plantar fasciitis develops, your body is building scar tissue around that area to try and help heal itself. The problem is, as you continue to be active, you are breaking down that scar tissue and adding even more around it. So the idea of the cross-friction massage is that it breaks up your scar tissue and helps get rid of it. I was highly skeptical of doing this because I had already tried so many things that the internet claimed was gonna be the fix, and this is the one, it'll go away in a week. But after my pain got so bad, I thought, what the heck, I'll schedule an appointment and see how it goes. I went into my first appointment with my pain being an 8 or a 9 out of 10, and when I left the first appointment, I was walking on my foot as if the pain were a 3 or a 4. Nothing had previously even come close to bringing my pain this low in such a short amount of time. I didn't do this until about 5 months into my plantar fasciitis, and I could have made my whole experience so much shorter if I had just gone and done this sooner. Eventually, I switched over to doing the Graston technique myself. The Graston technique is where you take this little tool and rub it up and down your foot. The idea behind this is that you're promoting blood flow by scraping the area, and you're also helping break up the scar tissue, just like with the cross-friction massage. You'll know you have a lot of scar tissue if inside your foot feels bumpy or kind of like sandpaper as you scrape. I generally do this for about 3 minutes on both feet after I finish playing when I get home. I also recommend applying lotion to your foot before you do it so that the tool moves smoothly and doesn't scrape your skin. I would say that between the UFOs, cross-friction massage, and the Graston technique, that made up a minimum of 80 to 90% of my recovery. The other stuff mostly helped with getting some relief and not so much the actual recovery. But there you guys go. Those are my top 5 tips that helped fix my plantar fasciitis. This was easily the most frustrating injury I have ever experienced, and I will be doing everything I can to make sure it never comes back. I will also leave a document down below with a list of things I tried with links to videos, articles to things that helped me as well, so that you don't have to go out and research this yourself, because I am telling you, I was on the internet almost every day begging for a solution. So if you want to read more about that stuff, go ahead and click the link in the description. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to click that like and subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.